You should have your landform notes that you took while you were watching the Edpuzzle. I want you to fold the left side just like that, and then we're going to hold it up to the light so that we don't cut off the back. I'm going to trim straight across. Some of these have less room than others, but if you'll flip it on this side, you can actually trim down the side just like that. And then we're going to put this onto page 97. If you've already glued it to 96, that's okay too. I just like the way that it opens better if it's on 97. So you can have your back and front. You're going to use this, of course, when you take the quizzes. The next thing that we're going to do is you should have already attempted to label these using the numbers. So for example, 3 would be Antarctica, and then I'm going to go over these with you. So make sure you stop the video and attempt to do this on your own. Now, so because we're going to end up cutting this out, I actually want you to write the word on the continent, so Antarctica. The Southern Ocean happens to be in the southern hemisphere, and we know that 0 degrees latitude is the equator. Go ahead and label that. And you may not know that 0 degrees longitude is called the prime meridian. Both of these divide the Earth into halves. So equator, northern hemisphere, and southern hemisphere, prime meridian, east hemisphere, and west hemisphere. So Africa is number 4. Asia is number 6. A lot of times they will just say Asia and mean this whole continent. Sometimes you'll hear it called Eurasia, and that's because number 5 is Europe. And so if they kind of combine those two terms, you get Eurasia. And then the Atlantic Ocean. Here's the United States. Atlanta, Georgia is over here, and that's how I remember Atlantic Ocean is on the same side as Atlanta, Georgia. Australia, not to be confused with Austria, 2 different places. Australia. And then North America, of course, is where you live currently. Our country, United States of America, is on the continent of North America. South America, Indian Ocean, here is the country of India. This is the Indian Ocean. The Arctic Ocean up north. Here is the largest island, Greenland, right there. And the Pacific Ocean is actually labeled on here twice. Not that it's 2 different places, but when you take a sphere and you try to flatten it out into a map, it makes a few things disproportionately large. Antarctica is really not as wide, but when this is in a circle, the Pacific Ocean here and here are the same thing, and it makes this area look really large and this area up here look really large, and they really aren't. So now we're going to cut across the bottom. Don't cut off the degrees for our lines of latitude. Don't cut off the title. It's kind of cute, little flag pendant there. And then we're going to glue this into your journal right across from your notes. And there it goes on page 96. Like I said, if you have these backwards, it doesn't really matter. Just so that you know where you're located. You're in the northern hemisphere, you're on the continent of North America, and you have some concept of where the references that they make in the video about the garbage patch is actually out here in the Pacific Ocean.